Live from the news leader, KWQC-TV6 News starts with First Alert Weather.
Now at 11, disaster proclamation. Which Iowa counties will be receiving help from the state following Monday night's derecho, and a look at some of the damage left behind. And tsunami advisories are in place for several Pacific Coast countries after a powerful 8.8 magnitude earthquake in Russia. The impact in the U.S. coming up. But first at 11, another round of thunderstorms rolled through the area this morning. This is a look at a shelf cloud in West Davenport as well as Walcott. We had heavy rain, lightning, and gusty wind, and we do have a flood watch in place for the remainder of the day. Today's a First Alert Day. Thank you for joining us this midday. I'm meteorologist Kiel. The First Alert Day is mainly for that heavy rainfall that could lead to some spotty areas of flash flooding, depending on where these storms develop a little bit later today. The widespread rain is now tracking east of the Quad Cities, but still, we could see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall where storms do develop. So flooding and flash flooding will be a possibility. Fortunately, just ponding reported here with those storms that moved through a little bit earlier this morning. But right now, First Alert Live Doppler radar shows the heaviest rain now east of the metro Quad Cities, but you folks in Bureau County are getting the brunt of the heavy rain right now, especially in the Princeton area. That rain is about to pick up in intensity. Not much in the way of lightning reported with this. The strongest storms are now outside of the KWQC viewing area. Kewanee and Galva are now drying out after that round of heavy rain and gusty wind moved through. And we're still seeing some light rain around Galesburg, Knoxville, Abingdon, even back toward Monmouth and Roseville. Oquawka and Burlington drying out for the time being. As we look at the satellite, you'll notice that we are drying things out to the west, but some more rain developing between Des Moines and Waterloo as many area of low pressure could be the focal point for more showers and storms here as we head into the afternoon. Our Everywhere Camera Network shows the wet camera there in Burlington as the rain comes to an end. We're also seeing the wet camera in Bettendorf as things are drying out after that morning round of rain. Temperatures fairly comfortable in the low 70s across the region with dew points not as muggy, but still muggy enough in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. We still have a few more scattered showers, even some thunderstorms to get through here this afternoon. We'll time those out and talk about a cooler weather pattern coming up in your First Alert forecast here in just a few minutes. While this morning's storms packed 30 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, heavy rain as well as lightning, it was nothing like the storms that moved through parts of Iowa yesterday. The Storm Prediction Center has classified yesterday's storm as a derecho. The complex of severe thunderstorms developed in South Dakota Monday night and tracked through Iowa into Tuesday morning before dissipating in Illinois. Peak wind gusts were between 60 and 100 miles per hour with the strongest winds in northwestern Iowa. Now, derechos must meet a criteria of at least a 250-mile path of damaging wind at 58 miles per hour or greater, with at least 5 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts or greater reported within that path. And the storm complex does have to last more than 3 hours. Here in the Quad Cities, we had peak wind gusts of 60 miles per hour yesterday as those storms rolled through. And in the wake of widespread damage from the derecho in northwestern Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds has issued a disaster proclamation for O'Brien, Osceola, Sioux, and Hancock counties. That proclamation allows state resources like food assistance, temporary housing, and home repairs for those recovering from the storms. Tsunami advisories have been issued for multiple nations across the Pacific as well as Hawaii and the U.S. Pacific coasts after a massive 8.8 earthquake struck off Russia's sparsely populated eastern coast. This earthquake is tied for the 6th strongest on record worldwide. NBC's Morgan Chesky reports the latest.
This morning, tsunami waves hitting the west coast of the U.S. after one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded.
We're trying to see the developments here stemming from this initial quake.
The massive 8.8 magnitude quake struck off Russia's coast, shaking cliffs. The shocks felt inside homes and hospitals, hitting this one during an operation. Its impact causing small tsunami waves and evacuations in Japan, where people were sheltering on rooftops. And now parts of the United States feeling the impact. On the West Coast, residents bracing. Piers closing up in California amid tsunami advisories. Water surging in Hawaii, reaching buildings after waves and strong winds struck overnight. Tsunami advisories and evacuation warnings spreading throughout the islands. Flights diverted and passengers stranded in airports. Residents sheltering inside and some racing to safer ground, causing massive traffic jams. Hawaii's governor urging people to proceed with caution in coastal zones.
Just be a little safe for a little longer. Keep our fingers crossed that we don't suffer a big tsunami.
Madison Wade, a reporter at NBC's Seattle affiliate, says she arrived at Waikiki just hours before the tsunami warnings.
They went over the intercom and told all of us to evacuate to higher ground, which means the 4th floor or above, and stay in our rooms. So they don't want anyone in the lobby right now.
Experts now warn against standing down too soon.
When you've got a big one, the biggest wave can come later.
Continuing coverage this midday as we are learning more about a tense situation in Davenport yesterday. Police say they got a report about a disturbance involving a man with a gun yesterday afternoon. This all happened on the 4100 block of Hickory Grove Road. This is close to the intersection of Hickory Grove and Kimberly Road. Although there are some businesses nearby, police say that this happened in a nearby field. Our crew captured this video of the instance that you're about to see on the screen. Police say it happened just before 6 o'clock yesterday evening when they were told a man was in a nearby field holding a gun with a woman that was close by. Now, the woman was able to leave the field, and officers did talk to the man for about an hour before he surrendered. No one was hurt, and the man was given medical treatment. Right now, he has not been charged. The city of Davenport has fired its IT director after he was caught accessing the city's camera network for personal reasons. Corey Smith was fired June 5th, according to his termination letter obtained by TV6 Investigates. The letter says Smith accessed the city's internal camera network in late March without permission or a legitimate business purpose. Davenport also accuses Smith of trying to cover it up by lying to officials and wiping his city-owned iPhone, rather. The letter does not state why Smith accessed the cameras. The city of Davenport said an interim IT director is serving in Smith's former role. A copy of that letter can be found on our website or on our news app. Relief is on the way for those living in Mercer County, financial relief at least. Developers cut the ribbon on a new solar project. This project is expected to save customers $3.6 million on their energy bills. More than 12,000 solar panels across 39 acres of farmland will help reduce the strain on the power grid for residents and business owners in Mercer County. In all, 850 homes will see those savings, and it will largely help low and moderate income families. Project leaders think this model will bring relief to several communities.
It's one of the cheapest renewable energy sources out there, and it's also, not just renewables, but energy altogether. It's free power that you're able to harness from the sun, so there's an unlimited resource there, and it just creates a more balanced infrastructure for everyone involved. Essentially, everyone that lives within the states is reaping some sort of benefit from this.
The company committed $600,000 in scholarships, grants, and contributions to local groups. That includes the Future Farmers of America chapters at Sherrard and Mercer County high schools. Well, the Great Mississippi Valley Fair continues into its second day today, and you can catch a cowboy-mounted shooting show at 2 o'clock. And of course, the grandstand act tonight is Maddie and Tay and Low Cash. As a reminder, to get into those grandstand events, you must have a fun card. Also, another reminder, if you are heading to the fair today or at all this week, a clear bag policy will be in effect. Those restrictions are on your screen right now. Officials say this change is to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone. Coming up on Quad Cities today at 11, critical aid is still needed in Gaza as the war continues. Well, the latest overseas after the break.